So if you've been watching my videos over the past year, you know that a lot of what I've been talking about is the people who have to sell are the ones that are selling. And that's starting to change a little bit. But in 2023, we worked with more divorcing couples than I had ever worked with before in any period of time. A lot of reasons for that, but divorcing couples showed up as part of the population that had to sell. They were moving on. So before I go any further, check out the description below. You'll find a couple of links there. The first will give you a monthly home value estimate dropped directly into your inbox, and the second will allow you to search for all Triangle area homes. Lastly, please like and subscribe. It just helps YouTube know that you like the content. It helps us reach more people. So if you or somebody you know is going through a divorce or is going to be going into a divorce, there's a few things to keep in mind to set both yourself and your spouse up for success as it pertains to your real estate assets. So the first thing is to understand that North Carolina is a 1 to buy, 2 to sell state. What that means is even if you own the property by yourself before you got married, your name is the only one on the title. In order to sell that property, because of marital rights in the state of North Carolina, you have to have the cooperation of your spouse. That means both signatures have to be on the listing agreement, both signatures have to be on the offer, and both signatures have to be on the closing documents. I've seen it happen where somebody doesn't understand that and they get down the process and they realize, oh no, I can't do what I had set in motion because I didn't realize that I needed my spouse's agreement to do this. The marital rights are designed to protect the interest of both spouses in the state, but getting on the same page is super important as it pertains to your individually or jointly owned real estate assets. Number 2, you're going to probably work at some point with an attorney through this process, and while attorneys and their neutrality is extremely valuable, they're very expensive and they bill by the hour, okay? So a lot of the things as it pertains to real estate that you're going to need to do, your agent can handle for you and give you the advice you need. Not legal advice on how to dispose of these assets and do it in such a way that both parties are protected. So be careful when you start firing off emails to your attorney or making phone calls, because those hours get expensive and those questions oftentimes can be just as easily handled by your real estate agent. Number 3, I've seen this unfortunately before. Real estate is often used as leverage in divorce, and I know that emotions run hot, but try not to do that. It usually doesn't benefit either party. When one party wants to hold a piece of real estate hostage so that the other party can't move on, eventually it has to be dealt with, okay? So in order for both people to move on with their life, it's better to try and set emotions aside, at least temporarily, and focus on the fact that selling the house in some cases, in most cases, has to be done in order for a clean break to happen. And the longer you try to maintain that leverage, usually the worse it gets for both parties. Number 4, this should go without saying, but your agent represents both parties through the process of selling a home in divorce. So be careful not to choose somebody who might be biased towards one party or the other party. A best friend, for example. Usually friends have to choose sides in a divorce. It just happens. It's tough for a friend to remain unbiased or not favor one party over the other party through that process. The best way to do that is to talk to 2 or 3 agents and talk to them together, okay? Line up these interviews back to back to back. Get in a room, have the agents come in one at a time, give you their presentation, tell you what they can do for you, and make a decision together on who you're gonna go with. Oftentimes, it's somebody who does not have a prior relationship to either party that's the best choice. It's very rarely a super clean process going through a divorce, but let's face the facts. It's pretty common in today's world. And if you find yourself in that position, get educated, talk to somebody who's dealt with it before and who understands the intricacies of navigating that process, and set yourself up for success. Hope this was helpful. Please like and share, subscribe to the channel. That helps the algorithm know that you like the content. And thanks. See you next time.